A lot of people be asking me, like, you know what I'm saying, what do I do on a day-to-day basis? I need some air in my tire. So I just wanted to take y'all along real quick and show y'all. And then a lot of people also ask me, like, the type of money I make being a chef and stuff like that. So I'm gonna disclose all of that on this video right here. I've been doing this for about 5 years. I would definitely say over the course of 5 years, like I'm talking about gross, like everything together, I've definitely touched $1 million. 25, yeah, 5 years, man, that's crazy. I definitely, well, 4.5. I say 4.5. I signed my lease December 30th, 2020 or 2020 for sure. 2020. I was a year out of college. So I signed my lease December 30th, 2020. And I jumped in this thing head first, like head first. No experience, no culinary degree, none of that, man. So I talked about it a little bit on previous videos, but I'm gonna just go all the way to the beginning. My boy Tone, he was actually a chef. Tone that I skate with, y'all will see him on my skate video. He was a chef, I was the business mind. I'm making a long story short. And you know, we had this idea during COVID that we was gonna start selling food. And I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I always could cook a little bit, but I wasn't no chef or nothing, but I could cook. You know what I'm saying? Only child. Mom taught me how to do something. So we had this idea that we was gonna sell food. And so we was looking at food trucks and stuff like that. We was looking at a space inside the skating rink, seeing if somebody let us post up inside the skating rink because, you know, we both skate. And none of that stuff none of that stuff really worked out because the food truck was too much. They ain't want to let us get the space inside the skating rink. So me being me, I'm like, you know what? It's a little hot. My heat kicking. Hope y'all can still hear me. I'm like, you know what, bro? Let's rent a RV. We rent the RV. The RV got a kitchen. The RV got power. Let's rent the RV and let's do our thing on the RV. Boom. So we pull up on the RV the first night, right? We getting it cracking. We getting it going. He got his soul rolls. I don't even remember what I was selling at the time. It might have been like some dirty fries or something. I don't remember what I was selling at the time, but you know what I'm saying? I remember us getting it going on the RV. And we, like I said, neither one of us we ain't had no RV experience. He had food experience. I had just a good business mind. And so we on the RV getting it going. We got a line, you know what I'm saying? Everybody coming out of skating, they in the line. And we selling the food. We was good. We selling the food. We thinking like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Man, about 20 minutes in, the RV go, power loss. Power loss. Mind you, we got orders. We done already took money from people. All that though, power loss. So when the power lose, I'm like, all right, maybe you just gotta flip a breaker or something like that. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. Man, I go to try to find a breaker, I can't find it. RV just losing more and more power. The lights getting dimmer and dimmer to the point where, you know what I'm saying, it's pitch black and we got orders that gotta be canceled and we gotta give people their money back. Not what we wanted to do. We already paid to rent the RV out. It was just a all-around loss. You know what I'm saying? An all-around loss. Come to find out, the RV needed a generator. The RV needed a generator to run, like, duh, right? Like, the RV needed a generator to run, and we didn't have a generator, so I'm like, all right, bet. Now, I got the plug on the Home Depot hookups. I hope I can talk about this. I had the plug on the Home Depot hookups, you feel me? So I go to my Home Depot plug, tell them like, look, I need the best generator you got. I need the best generator you got. And I get the generator, you feel me? Ended up getting it for free because I buy it and then they refund it. The money come back to your card, blah, blah, blah. You give them a couple of dollars and you good. So I get the generator damn near for free, right? We hook up the generator. We go back out there the next day. Jumping. Line. We thinking we good. All right, we got this figured out. We good, right? Get out there. We got a line, bro. Like, we got a line. Before we even get started, we got a line. And same thing happened again. But the generator was still like running a little bit, but it wasn't running all the way, but it was running. It was on. And I couldn't figure out like what's going on. We got a generator. The generator's supposed to be giving us power. What's up, bruh? And so I called the dude the next day, like, man, look, man, I don't know if it's something wrong with the RV or what, but like we can't figure this out. The RV keep losing power. So come to find out, the generator tripped because we didn't have a plug in the right spot. The generator tripped. So the generator tripped. Boom. This day two. This day two now. This is day two. So the first day we lose power. The next day I go get the generator, come back, generator trip. We don't make no money that day. Mind you, we still bought all the food. So the food is still, you feel me? So boom, day three, here we go again. We stayed at it. Day three, we parked the RV. We parked the RV at one of the other rinks. We parked the RV in the empty lot, you know what I'm saying? The people was working with us, they let us park it there, whatever. Tone got the truck. He go pick up, we going to pick up the RV. So I meet him there, you know what I'm saying, so I can help him hook it up and everything. We go and pick up the RV. We all set to go, right? I know how to fix the generator if it tripped. We got the generator to keep the RV going. You know what I'm saying? We like, all right, man, finally, like, let's go ahead and go make some money, right? We hooked the generator up. We on our way out. Tone car won't go and drive. Tone car won't go and drive. The gear switch on Tone's truck broke. We looking at it under the car like, man, the gear switch is broke. Like, you could hook it up, but as soon as you press the gas, it's coming back loose. The gear switch broke. We couldn't even drive. So now Tone truck won't move. It's parked in the middle of somebody else's parking lot. They got a business to run. Tone truck won't move, man. We out there for hours trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see if we gotta get it towed, see if we gotta, whatever we gotta do to get the truck up and running again. And not only that, this is the last day of the RV. We gotta get the RV back. How we gonna get the RV back? Bruh. Man, this story is crazy. So what happened after that? I don't even remember how Tone ended up. I'm pretty sure he got it towed and the man came and got the RV. But we also had to wake up the next morning before he came and got the RV, go out there, clean it all up, you know what I'm saying, because stuff was everywhere. It was just a crazy hassle, bro, to the point where I'm like, man, all right, we got a line, we got people asking, bro, let's just go ahead and look for a brick and mortar, like somewhere around the skate area. You feel me? Let's just go ahead and look for around the skate area. So boom, I go out and I'm finding a spot, you know what I'm saying? I did all the work to find a spot. Because like I said, I was the business mind, he was the fool. The two just was supposed to work hand to hand. I was the business mind, he was the fool. So I go out, I find a spot, right? Find a spot, and I get us a little tour through it, and it happened to be like a cool, nice little hookup, right? Dude let us get the spot. It was supposed to be a turnkey, right? He already had all the equipment in there. He had booths in there. It was supposed to be a change the name, walk in, and we open. That's what it was supposed to be. I'm gonna get to that though. I'm gonna come back to that. That's what it was supposed to be. So the first meeting we have to sign the lease after we negotiated the deal and everything, the first meeting we have to sign the lease, Tone like, oh, I'm waiting on my baby mom to get back, right? Waiting on my baby mom to get back. All right, you know how long that's gonna be. You know, I'm there. I'm at the meeting. I'm at the meeting. No. The first meeting he showed up to, we just went to go see it, negotiate the deal, make sure everything was everything. We were supposed to sign the lease a few days after that. That's when he said his baby mom had the car. He had to wait on the baby mom to come back. He got his kids. He watching the kids. Can't leave them. All right, cool. I get it. You know. But an hour passed, bro. We still sitting up here. I'm like, yo, like, where you at? She still ain't back. We got to cancel the meeting. All right. Time number 2. I'm on my way there. You know, he like, all right, bet, I'm on my way. All right. I'm thinking like, all right, this it. We about to go sign this lease. We good. He like, I'm on my way. I get there. 30 minutes go past. Yo, how far is you? 15 minutes out. Another 30 minutes go by. How far is you? I'm about to pull up. Another 15 minutes go by. No response. So at this point, I'm like, damn, Tone, like, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, man? We trying to do business. You know what I'm saying? This ain't got nothing to do with our personal relationship. We trying to do business. So, got to cancel that meeting. Third meeting. All right. Now, these people met with us 3 times. They like, yo, what's up? Like, we going to get this done today. Boom, boom, boom. Got the contracts right there. We supposed to buy the equipment from there, buy all of the equipment from the existing owner of the establishment. So, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? I'm there for about 30 minutes. Tone telling me he on his way again. And then probably about an hour passed again. You know what I'm saying? And me sitting up there. And he like, man, Christmas and other obligations got my funds low. I don't have the money to do it right now. Which is cool, but bruh, we had 3-4 meetings scheduled. Like, you didn't think to tell me that before I kept showing up and like telling these people we was ready. Like, you let me negotiate this whole deal and whatever. So I'm in the meeting when he telling me this. Like, he texts me and I'm in front of the people. So I step out and I call my mom. I'm like, man, Ma, you know, Tone said he don't know if he gonna be able to do it, man, but I think I could do this without him. Like, I think we could do this. So she said, you really believe that? I said, yeah. And she was like, all right, well, let's go. So they go back. I told him, like, you know, I'm gonna do it on my own. So that, okay, we got to get him off the lease paperwork, and you know, we'll come back tomorrow so you can sign it. If we don't get this thing done, we're going in a different direction. Okay, cool, it's gonna get done. Bet. And I come back the next day. And I get the deal done. Like I said, I jumped into this thing head first with no experience. I didn't know how to do nothing that is required to know how to run a restaurant. I ain't know how to do nothing, bro. Like, I just jumped in it, and I just believed in myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you believe in yourself, I truly believe, like, a belief in yourself can take you as far as you want to go, because it start with that, and you would do anything to make it happen because you believe in yourself. And that's what I did. I believed in myself, and I ain't looked back since. And I took the whole chef thing and I ran with it. You know, a year later, was it? It was a year later for sure. About 10 months. 10 months later, Sue, who I cooked for, Rasul Douglas, he played cornerback for the Buffalo Bills. We was on a PlayStation earlier that summer because it was COVID, and I was like, yeah, man, you need to hire me as your chef in the off season. So he like, all right, bet. I'm just playing around though. I'm just talking. You know what I'm saying? I'm really just talking. But he like, all right, bet. So off season come. It's like February, right after the season, a couple days after they lost in the playoffs. And he like, yo, what's up? When my chef pulling up? I'm like, what? What you mean? He said, bro, you said you said I should hire you to be the chef in the off season. So I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, you took me serious. Like, I pitched it, but he took me serious. So I'm like, damn, well, give me till March 1st. You know what I'm saying? It's late February. He called me like mid February. I say mid February, not late February, mid February. I'm like, man, give me till March 1st. Let me, you know what I'm saying, get the restaurant on autopilot, you know what I'm saying, get some people in there so they can run it and I ain't got to be there. Make sure everything, you know what I'm saying, in line. And I'll be there. We come out to Houston. This is how I got to Houston. We come out to Houston and I was here for 3 days, bro, and I was like, yo, I love it here. Just the opportunity, man. There's so many people here that's doing good, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't Cleveland, it ain't the trenches where I'm from. So I felt like this is where I needed to be. Granted, at the time, man, I'm sleeping. Sue got me sleeping on the pull-out couch because he's so cheap. We in the middle of the hood. Third Ward, Houston. If you know what Third Ward, Houston is, we in the middle of the hood in the 2-bedroom. I'm sleeping on the pull-out couch because one of the other bros is in the other room. And it just was like, man, it just was not, at first, it was just uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I'm sleeping on the pull-out couch in the living room. When they get up, I'm up because they up walking around. You know what I'm saying? I can't go to sleep until they ready to go to sleep because they on my couch. Like, this is where I'm sleeping. So, you know, we ended up moving out of that house or whatever, but this was in 2022, and I just really ain't looked back since. I capitalized off the opportunity when I came out here, and I decided that I was gonna move out here in 2022. Things happened at the restaurant that I had to go back. I had to go back home, and I had to go back home to Cleveland, and I had to get the restaurant rolling how it needed to roll, because it's never gonna roll. People not gonna care about your stuff how you do. And so I had to go and get that figured out. And then fast forward to 2023, he was in Miami. I was supposed to go to Miami, you know, same thing, off-season gig, but I ended up not going for multiple reasons, mainly because I felt like the money wasn't right. Like, because we so cool, I just, you know, things just got a little misinterpreted, you know. And so, and on top of that, the restaurant wasn't running how it was supposed to be running. But also, what was I about to say? I'm losing my train of thought, y'all. Hold on, bear with me. Oh, also, it just wasn't the right time for me. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't the right time. And fast forward again to 2024, last year, he called me, same thing, like, yo, you know, I'll be back in Houston this date. So I come back out here, you know, money wasn't what it was supposed to be again, but it was the opportunity for me to get back out here and continue what I started 2 years prior. And you know, I prayed about it, because at first I didn't want to go. I didn't know if I was even going to do the whole off-season gig again, because I was going to be leaving my restaurant and, you know, having to put a lot of different things in place to even come back out here. And I didn't know if I was going to do it, but I did it. And I wouldn't say like it was easy, you know, because still I'm still trying to get things going, still trying to lay a foundation. But I know that this is where God wants me to be. I know that this is what's going to grow me in my career, and help me get to the next level. So I know that I have to continue to build here. And that's why I'm so appreciative that I'm here. When we talk about the money that I've made, like doing privates and stuff like that, off-season gigs, I don't really have a exact number. In 4 years, like, I mean, I'm not just like this super booked up chef, you know what I'm saying? So I would say through private gigs, meal prepping, traveling, and doing stuff for different people, I would definitely say just that part alone, I probably made about 100K, for sure. Just that part alone. When we talk about restaurant, getting into like exact numbers, my first year in the restaurant was terrible. I was probably pulling in about $5,000-6,000 a month, which sound like that's good money, right? But you got to factor in the fact that I got overhead. So the rent is $1,300. The rent was $1,300. It ain't $1,300 no more. That was back then. Everything expensive now. The rent was $1,300. You really only gonna profit about 30 to 40% off of your food. So you can cut whatever is left off after that 13. So let's just say 6,000. If I made 6,000 in a month, that's really 47,000 because I got rent. I said 6,000. 4,700 because I got rent. After the rent is paid, you got lights, gas. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but lights and gas in a restaurant is crazy. So that's another $1,000 right there. You gonna let me over? Okay. That's another $1,000 right there. So now you at 3,700. You know what I'm saying? Staff probably was, I didn't have a lot of staff because I was in there working every day, but I would say staff was probably about another $1,000. So we at 2,700. Now you take that 2,700 and cut it by 60%. So 50% of 2,700 would be 1,350. So profit, I was probably profiting about $1,000 a month. Yeah, for my first 7 months in business, maybe maybe. Man, it was days I'd be in there all day, man, and not get one customer. Like, not one customer. But I stayed down, and I met a lady. Her name is Chrissy. If you ever in Chicago, she owns Cleo's Kitchen. If you ever in Chicago, go to Cleo's. She taught me so much about this restaurant business that changed my entire landscape. She told me, listen, this is what you need to do. She was very transparent. I looked through her books. She looked through my books. She was very transparent. She said, because I was doing Soul Food Sundays. So she said, Sundays are your busiest days. Your customers are telling you what they want. You have to take that and run with it. So I'm like, damn, you're right. She was like, this is what you need to do. You need to close the restaurant for the whole month of May, do a complete rebranding, open back up in June, and get it rolling like that. So I was like, damn, a whole month though? Like, that's crazy. Like, but she was like, man, you ain't making no money right now, so how much money you really gonna lose? You right. You right. So closed it down for the whole month of May, opened back up June, which was also the grand opening because I opened on June 4th. So it was like the re-grand opening, but also the 1 year anniversary, which was amazing. And from there, bro, honestly, the restaurant has never been the same, man. It just grew so fast. I use Instagram. I was constantly posting pictures, constantly posting videos every single day, just promoting the brand, promoting the restaurant. And it just haven't been the same, man. It's still growing. It's a lot of struggles. My number one struggle though is staffing, because it makes the food take longer when it's just one person in the kitchen. If it's just me in the kitchen, I can do it because it's my kitchen. I created this whole, I built them walls from scratch with my bare hands. So I can do it. But when we talking about somebody else, they can't, they can't do that. They're not capable of doing that. And so it's hard, and customers don't understand that staffing is, hold on, I'm about to cut this off until I get in here with my boy London. Yeah, like I was saying though, y'all, customers don't really understand that food like that, like I cook, bro, the soul food, like it takes time. I'm not in there doing nothing out no can. Ain't no sauces out no can. Ain't nothing out no box. Everything in that restaurant, excuse me, is homemade, man. It's homemade down to the cheese sauce. Down to, man, listen, the yams, we peeling fresh yams every single day. It's homemade food. I will never do nothing out of no box, out of no can. I feel like that's an insult to the craft, man. And so customers don't understand that. Customers don't understand that we really in there taking our hard-earned time, I said hard-earned time, but we in there taking our time, making this food and making these dishes and making sure that they taste as best as they can. And that's just something that customers and people in general don't appreciate. You know what I'm saying? And so that's a struggle that I'm going through right now. But since the reopening, I know y'all want to know about the money. Since the reopening, consistently, I've made, see, it's hard to say, man, at least, but I know consistently I've made, it was a point in time we was making some bread, but consistently I've made at least about $1,000 every day that I've been open in a restaurant, consistently, you know, on average, through my kiosk, through DoorDash and, you know, third-party services like that. That probably brings in another, now it probably brings in another $3,500 a month. So that's good, you know what I'm saying? It's good money, but there's another level that we can get to. You know, I know people in the restaurant industry making $100,000 in a weekend, like a week. So my $1,000 a day, that ain't nothing compared to what we can be doing. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta keep it growing, keep it going, and the more help, because help is number one, and then number two, just keep creating ways to get creative and get customers in the door, and, you know, letting the customers know that we appreciate them. So, you know, y'all could do the math. I know if I made consistently about $25,000 to $30,000 a month, let's do the math together. Forget it. Let's do the math together. If I made $30,000, let's just say 25 on average. 25,000 times 12 is $300K. First year I didn't really make no money, but let's just say $300K times 3 years. That's $900,000. Then you got $3,500 a month. Let's just say 3,000. I'm gonna keep the numbers low. Let's just say 3,000 times 12, because this is DoorDash and third-party services. That's 36,000, and then you do 36,000 times 3 is 108,000. So that's your $1 million right there. Where the money then went? Shit if I know, bro. Like, seriously, I don't know where I'm dropping my other phone. I don't know where the money then went, y'all. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue, because the money is being made. I just feel like when you own a business, it's always something that got to be done. Like, it's always something that got to be done, and it's always something that got to be paid for. You got to account for things going wrong. So where the money then went, I don't know, but it is good money, you know what I'm saying? And if you do it right and you stay at it, a lot of restaurants don't even last a year. Like, restaurant is the most failing industry in the world. So the fact that I'm going on 4 years strong, I like, that's nothing but God, bro. Because it's been times, man, I could barely stay afloat, and people don't know that, because I keep a smile on my face. I'm always helping other people, even though when I call, can't nobody help me. People don't even know how hard it is to maintain a restaurant, but I'm doing it, and I'm grateful for it. And I just wanted to let y'all in a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about on how much, you know what I'm saying, exactly you could make as a chef. And it's just about being consistent, man, caring about your product, caring about your product, caring about the food that you putting out and giving people, because the food is the most important. I mean, customer service too. But if that food good, they gonna come back even if they had a bad experience.